Okay, welcome back. So we've obviously had our introduction. We've looked at how mental health is formed and some of that journey, that continuum that we go on, and we will explore a little bit around some mental health conditions potentially a little bit later on. And we've also talked about what can stop us from getting help. Let's try and think about what are good things for our mental health. What are we told that's good for our mental health? What are we told that prevents us or helps us get poor mental health as we move forward? So we're going to have a look at well-being and the general principles around it. Well-being research shows that there are 5 simple things you can do as part of your daily life at work and at home to build resilience, boost your well-being and lower your risk of developing mental health problems. These simple actions are known internationally as the 5 ways to well-being. The 5 major types of well-being then. You've got your emotional well-being, which is the ability to practice stress management techniques. Be resilient, which we'll talk about in a minute. Generate the emotions that lead to good feelings. Of course, your physical well-being, so that's the ability to improve the functioning of your body through healthy eating and good exercise habits. I'm pretty certain that that is a big and a fundamental part of Aldershot FC. Social well-being, difficult one to achieve at the minute, I know, but it's the ability to communicate, develop meaningful relationships with others and maintain a support network that helps you overcome loneliness. And in this instance, we're going to have to do a little bit like what I'm doing now. We're going to have to sort of get on group chats, house party, Zoom, you name it, and try and maintain that social well-being as best we can in these pretty uncertain and unprecedented times. Your workplace well-being, or in this instance, the club well-being, we would maybe think about that as, is the ability to pursue your interests, values, and purpose in order to gain meaning, happiness, and enrichment professionally, or within your sport, within your field, and your young people, it'll be their chosen field of sport. And then finally, societal well-being, which is the ability to actively participate in a thriving community, culture, and environment. Whilst it might not seem apparent at the minute, we are experiencing this through the fact that we're all behaving ourselves and isolating in the ultimate aim and the ultimate goal to give those that are working to protect us their freedom and their ability to have their lives protected by what we're doing. So societal well-being, it definitely is at the core of a lot of what we do. It's very important. The 5 ways to well-being, the international sort of recognised 5 ways, are these ones here that talk about connecting, so talking and listening, being there and feeling connected. Keep learning, embrace new skills, new challenges, not necessarily around the things that you know that you're good at, but pick something different, pick something challenging. Being active, there's no surprise there that exercise and health do have very real chemical changes to make you feel happy and release the feel-good hormones. Give your time, your words, your presence, just be something else and give something back. There's an old saying that I was speaking to somebody that had given me something, and I said, I really must pay you back, and they said, don't pay me back, pay it forward. And that is just as good as donating money or giving your time. Is just bearing in mind that somebody's giving you something, and do the same for somebody in the future. And then as much as you can, take notice of your surroundings. Remember the simplest things that give you joy. Looking out the window, looking at the, if you garden, the flowers growing, just take notice of the things around you and allow yourself to be in the moment. Of course, this might be completely different and look like very different things for a young person, but the skills and the ability to do so are really important. How might be able to do that? Well, connect, strengthen relationships with others by making sure you feel valued, including at work, critical to boosting well-being. Keep learning, be curious, as we've talked about. Stimulates the brain. Getting some exercise as best as you can at the minute, even if it's just Joe Wicks in the morning, or some sit-ups or some press-ups, or in my instance I did ballet with one of my daughters. Do it. Get the blood pumping, get the heart rate up safely, presumably, hopefully. And then we talked about giving, but carrying out acts of kindness. Just leaving a note for a neighbour, for example, or ringing a teammate up, asking them how they are, taking notice is pretty much the same there at the bottom. So, whistle-stop tour of wellbeing, but very simple principles of giving, of connecting, of staying healthy, of being a part of your community, and making sure that you do that as often as you can and as fruitfully as you can play a part in promoting and protecting your mental health. And that all leads in really to some of the stuff we're going to talk about now around resilience, which we'll move on to.